Shri Ram, Shri Ram.
I offer my humble pranams at the Lord's feet of Swami and thank him for giving me the opportunity to serve in his name and consciousness. Chapter 4. The Ally Accepted. Ram and Lakshman enter Kishkinda while searching desperately for Sita. Hanuman, the helper of the Kishkinda's king, Sugriva, watches them to enter. He assumes the form of a scholar and observes that Lakshmana and Ram look human, yet godlike. He steps out and introduces himself and welcomes the men to the Sugriv's kingdom. Rama realizes that Hanuman is powerful despite looking like a scholar. Lakshmana introduces himself and Rama to Hanuman and tells them their story. Hanuman bows at Ram's feet, and Ram insists that a scholar shouldn't do that. Hanuman explains that he only assumed the form to greet Ram. He retakes his monkey form and returns to Sugriva. Sugriva mentions offhandedly, like that of Rama, he suffers in exile. Hanuman tells Sugriva the story. Hanuman says that Sugriva's brother Vali long ago won immeasurable strength. He also had the power and states that anyone who fights him gives half the strength to him. Everyone and everything, including Ravana, feared him. He was the king of the Kishkindas, with Sugriva second in command, and everyone was happy. One day a demon challenged Vali to a fight, and Vali chased the demon into the underground passage, telling Sugriva to rule until he returned. After 28 months, Sugriva's advice thought that Vali had surely died and sealed the tunnel, crowning Sugriva as the king. Eventually Vali tried to exit the tunnel but was enraged when he found that the tunnel was blocked. He broke out of the tunnel, reached Kishkinda, and when Sugriva tried to welcome his brother, Vali accused Sugriva of trying to bury him alive. As Vali pummeled Sugriva tried to explain what happened, but he couldn't. Sugriva escaped to a particular mountain where Vali can't set foot because of a curse. Vali returned to Kishkinda, assumed the form of king, and took Sugriva's wife. This story moved Rama, and he offered Sugriva his help. Hanuman and Sugriva speak privately. Hanuman says that he believes that Ram is an incarnation of Vishnu and should therefore be able to defeat Vali. Furthermore, Hanuman was told by his father years ago to dedicate his life in serving Vishnu. He says to test Ram's identity, he must ask him to shoot an arrow through the trunks of the powerful trees. They return to Ram and asks him to do so. Ram shoots the arrows through 7 trees, 7 worlds, 7 seas, and the arrow eventually returns to his quiver. Rama then notices a pile of bones and asks Sugriva about them. Sugriva tells the Dundubi story. The Dundubi was a monstrous buffalo-shaped demon. Dundubi, who had sought out Vishnu and asked for the privilege of fighting forever. Dundubi was eventually directed to Vali, and the two fought for a year. Vali eventually beasted the demon and flung his body into the sky. It landed down on the mountain where the sage was performing his sacrifice. The sage then cursed Vali. Rama tells Lakshmana to get rid of the bones. Lakshmana kicks the bones away and returning the spot to his sacred state. Sugriva tells Rama that he saw Ravana carrying Mother Sita away a while ago, and he gives Rama some of the Sita's jewelry. Rama cries and faints. Sugriva promised to find Sita. Rama laments that he let Sita down, but Hanuman and Sugriva begins to engage Rama in plans to find Mother Sita. Hanuman says that he must first do away with Vali so that Sugriva can be crowned king. The group travels to a mountain in Kishkinda where Sugriva shouts and challenges Vali to a fight. Vali is asleep, and when he hears the challenge, he angrily wakes up. Vali's wife Tara tries to reason with Vali, but Vali is intent of fighting Sugriva. Tara quietly mentions that Rama has joined with Sugriva and Rama has an invincible bow. Vali calls Tara foolish and insists that Rama is too righteous to try to kill him. Vali leaves and runs to the mountainside for a fight. Hidden away from the battle, Rama is in awe of Vali's strength. He and Lakshmana debate whether involving themselves in this fight is proper. Lakshmana questions whether or not Sugriva is trustworthy, but Rama insists that he shouldn't be overly analytical. The monkeys fight brutally during the discussion. In a pause, Sugriva begs Ram for help. Rama asks Sugriva to wear a vine around his neck so that he is identifiable. And then the monkey brothers return to the fight. When Vali lifts Sugriva off the head, Ram shoots Vali straight through his heart with an arrow. Vali pauses slowly and lets go of Sugriva and wraps his hands, feet and tail around the arrow. The god of death steps back in admiration. Vali wonders who could have possibly shot him and feels admiration for whoever shot that arrow. He draws the arrow out of his chest. The blood squirts out, sending Sugriva into tears. Vali studies the arrow and sees Ram's name, thinking that Tara had a better judgment than he did. Vali asks Rama, "Why did you do this?" saying that this destroys Ram's virtues. He questions if this is the heroic act on Ram's part and asks if Rama seeks to engineer in the Kishkinda the same thing that would happen in Ayodhya. He says if Rama had asked, he wouldn't have killed Ravana instantly. Vali asks again how Rama's actions was honorable. Rama approaches Vali and explains to the dying monkey that whatever happened after he had pursued the demon into the tunnel. He explains to Vali that he didn't offer Sugriva any mercy and instead tried to kill him. Rama continues saying that taking Sugriva's wife was dishonorable, and since Sugriva asked Rama to help, he was duty bound to kill Vali. Vali tells Rama that he's misjudged everything. It's a legitimate action in the monkey society to take his brother's wife. He insists that the human code of ethic isn't applicable in the monkey society. Rama refused to be swayed, and he says that the monkeys are intelligent enough to know right from wrong, and because of the intelligence, they should be judged by high standards. Vali accepts this and asks Ram why had he shot him from hiding. Lakshmana explains that if Rama had spoken to Vali, he might have forced to break his promise to Sugriva. Again, Vali sees the logic in this and says, simple-minded ones like me constantly struggle with the eternal truth, and that Ram's reasoning is elevating and honoring. Vali says that he hopes Sugriva will be worthy of Ram's trust and asks Rama to treat Sugriva kindly if Sugriva betrays him. Finally, Vali asks Rama to explain to the others that Sugriva brought about Vali's salvation and not just to his death. He then offers Hanuman to serve Rama and tells Sugriva to serve Rama. Vali names Sugriva as his successor. And this was the saddest part. Tara and Vali's son, Angada, retrieve Vali's body, but Vali's spirit finds its place in the highest heaven. Now, Sugriva has volunteered to help Ram and Lakshmana find Mother Sita. Unfortunately, the whole episode of the next chapter was actually delayed because of the weather. Okay, when the rites were over, Ram sent Lakshmana into the capital city and had Sugriva installed on the throne. Hanuman and the others entered the city and helped him as friends and followers to carry the task of governing successfully. As soon as he assumed the reins of office, Sugriva called the elders and leaders of the community together, and he ordered to make proper arrangements to seek and find the whereabouts of Sita. He asked them to initiate all the necessary steps for the purpose. The rains have started, and it poured as if potfuls and emptied from the sky in every inch and square of space. It became a hard task for Lakshmana to procure even the tubers and the fruits for sustenance. They could not have come out of the shelter of the hermitage. Sunlight was scarcely to be seen. Ram spent his time administering the valuable counsel to Lakshmana. Lakshmana, he would say, when the wicked child is born, the code of morality would be eroded. When a cyclone starts its career, the clouds shudder in fear. The company of bad people is a prelude to the disappearance of wisdom. The company of good people make wisdom blossom. Thus, they spent the days learning and teaching matters concerning with spiritual wisdom in the acquisition and preservation. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.